Kimberly, if you could unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for joining us tonight. I look forward to hearing what the patches have done for you and your family. It's absolutely incredible. And so tell us just a little bit about, you are a caretaker for many of your family members. So you also are putting them on two of your sons that are autistic, and the one is also Down syndrome, I believe. Tell us just a little bit what you've noticed since they've been using the patches.
My 28-year-old has Down syndrome and autism, and we do, I don't know if anyone's familiar, but we have dry skin. You have, and of course, you get a little bit of attitude when he's frustrated, stuff like that. He is not had, or we would have to cover his hands with gloves and like shea butter so they wouldn't split. And since putting the Eon and the X39 on him, we've not had splitting. We had one little crack on each hand, and we've not had to, we have just patch him. I mean, drinks his water, but we patch him. That's it. There's no more, buckets of shea butter with gloves and none of that. And his attitude has improved. He is, he had outbursts every so often, probably because of the pain in his hands. And we don't have that either. So, and that's my 28-year-old. My 12-year-old is also autistic. We learned, a little hard-headed. We learned our lesson with Western medicine finally. And he was, I don't know how many are familiar with autism, but we've had meltdowns and attitude and not wanting change in scenarios and that, and just your typical autistic behavior. This 12-year-old now helps out around the house. He has improved behavior. We had one minor meltdown. It used to take us an hour to get him to stop crying, or I'd have to send him to his room to kind of seclude and take him out of the chaos of things, because this house is definitely chaotic. And we don't have to do that. I mean, I can actually tell him, you're going to go to your room, if and now he is, I guess, more normal. He's still boy, still aggravates the girls. But his coping skills are, I'm stunned. I had to correct him today. And he was okay. All right, Mom, we couldn't go somewhere, and that he was waiting for 2 weeks, and we couldn't go. And he looked at me, and I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that meltdown, 2 weeks waiting. And he's like, okay, all right, well, can we do this? I'm thinking, hallelujah.
And that is just amazing. And I know we're running out of time, but we'll have to have you back. But I know you have, as a caretaker, I'm so thankful that you're on the patches, because I know you have seen incredible results with it just yourself. And then all of this, we're just so thankful. And again, why we love this technology is exactly what you've heard and seen tonight. So Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. We'll have you back, and so you can tell more of what's going on with you, and we'll just follow up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For any of you that have children or grandchildren with special needs, my son was diagnosed at 2.5 with autism. And so he is now 24, and we did a lot of therapy for 10 years, ABA therapy, gluten, casein-free diet, you name it, any spectrum disorder, whether it's autism, Asperger's, ADD, ADHD, OCD, anxiety disorder, depression, there's a spectrum. Even allergies is at the very low end of the spectrum, in my opinion. These kids have a detoxification issue. And so Jacob has moved from autism to OCD, which is a serious anxiety disorder. And he comes every day to me. He's 24. He's great. And he needs to work out every day because it keeps his brain healthy. Yes. And so he has to work out. The interesting thing is, he tells me, I go, when are you getting your real job? He goes, my brain health is my job. And I'm like, okay, well, that you got me with that. That my brain health is my job. And so his job is to keep his brain healthy right now through counseling, nutritional support, and working out. And so the funny thing is, my son is like the best looking man you'd ever see because he worked out every day. But so he comes to me every night. He goes, Mama, will you put my patches on? At 24. I know. And I say yes. So he wears the X39, which is the stem cell activation patch. We haven't really gone over the other patches, but we have another patch, which is called glutathione. And it's the detoxifier of all the yuck in your body. Fungus, mold, virus, toxins, metals, pesticides, you name it. Glutathione is your master detoxification pathway and your master antioxidant pathway. And so that one we use Eon for him because it stops inflammation, which is super important for brain inflammation. We use carnosine because it's organ support and we want to support his brain. And then we use Nirvana, which you have on, which is the patch that we call it the happy patch. So it elevates your dopamine, your endorphins, your serotonin, and all those little neurotransmitters aren't quite right in Jacob's brain. So that's what we do for children. What I do for my son that has special needs. Once again, X39 for stem cell, Eon for inflammation, glutathione for detox, carnosine for brain support, and Nirvana to stabilize the neurotransmitters for the anxiety and make him happy.